Hi everyone and welcome to today's class of how we can create the Dasamsa chart manually from the birth chart from the D10 chart. So as of now, we had already covered the manual calculation and the manual creation of Drishkana chart, Hora chart, Saptamsha chart, Dwadashamsha chart, Navamsha chart, as well as the Trimsamsa chart. Yes, so we have covered all of these things. D2, D3, D7, D. Then we had covered the D30, we had covered the D9, and we have also covered the D12. All of these Varga charts have been covered in detail. That is the manual creation of all of these Varga charts in our previous classes. Today is the last class that is when that is related to this topic of manual calculation and the manual creation of a Varga chart. All right. So the Shamsha chart I had already given you a very preliminary or a very simple and a very plain and a very overall overview of what a Dashamsha chart is all about in the last class. So again, I'm repeating it. So Dashamsha chart is like a microscopic view of the 10th house of your D1 chart. Dashamsha chart, from the Dashamsha chart, using the Dashamsha chart, we can understand the finer, minute aspects of an individual's professional life, individual's karma, individual's career, profession, whatever are the significators of the 10th house, we can have a closer look at all of those significations from the D10 chart, from the Dashamsha chart. Now, the calculation of the Dashamsha chart, the creation of the Dashamsha chart is also very simple. Like it is, as compared to, it's very simple, and it's very much like the Dodashamsha chart. The Dodashamsha chart was also very simple, because in order to just remembering the thing and calculating, creating the Dodashamsha chart, like it was very easy, very piece of, like I so it was like a cakewalk. Even if someone is doing it for the very first time, it will not take much time as compared to the other Varga charts, which might take a bit of more time. That is at least in the initial stages. Similarly, similar to the lines of Dwadashamsha chart, the Shamsha chart also falls in that category, where the time taken to calculate and create the Dashamsha chart is also like pretty amazingly, very beautifully, it is less as compared to the other Varga charts. All right, so now there are a couple of things which is again universal in nature for most of the Varga charts. One is, now it depends, like there is a slight variation when it comes to the theory, when it comes to understanding of the table. In the last class for Trimsamsa, we have understood that practically, where it was slightly different in look and feel. Like I'm talking about the theory, the principle, and the overall table. That is what we are using for creating the Trimsamsa chart. It appeared slightly different because there was this rule which is getting applied, right? A slightly different rule. So anyway, but however, for the Shamsha chart, it is very plain and simple. There are two theories or the two principles which we need to keep in mind, and then it comes to the table creation, which is absolutely easy. Okay, and I will teach you all step by step how you can successfully, very accurately, mathematically, you can create the Dashamsha chart from the birth chart, from the D1 chart. All right, so let's now dive into this particular topic. What are these two theories about? Now let's focus on here. Again, these are my personal notes, these are my own notes, and I am referring my notes for creating these videos and for creating these classes, for sharing my knowledge with all of you, teaching you all about this fascinating, beautiful topic of Vedic astrology. Okay, so the theory is, there are two theories. The first theory is, if the lagna or the planet are in odd rashi, then the counting shall start from the same rashi. The second theory is, if the lagna or the planet are in even rashi, then the counting shall start from the ninth house of that particular lagna or planet. That is where the lagna or the planet is placed. All right, these are the two very simple theory, very simple and plain in nature. You have to remember this, and then you have to move forward to this table. How we are creating this table? This table is created in the most simplest way as possible. When this Dasamsa is what? Dasamsa is 10. So you have to divide 30 degrees by 10. When you divide 30 degrees by 10, what is the range that you get? 3 degrees. So the first, the Shamsha will start from 0 degree and the range is 3 degrees. And so the first, the Shamsha, the first limit of the Dashamsha will end at 3 degrees. 0 plus 3 is 3. So the first, the Shamsha is from 0 degree to 3 degree. Similarly, all the subsequent Dashamshas will be of 3 degrees each, range wise. Second Dashamsha will therefore be from 3 degree to 6 degrees. Third will be from 6 to 9. Fourth will be from 9 to 12. Fifth will be from 12 to 15. Sixth will be from 15 to 18. Seventh will be from 18 to 21. Eighth will be from 21 to 24. Ninth will be from 24 to 27. And the 10th, the Shamsha, will be from 27 degrees to 30 degrees. A very simple and a plain table that you can instantly create any time that you want to. Whenever there will be a requirement for you to create the Dasamsa Varga chart. So this table now, it's very easy to create. These two theories is very easy to remember. Alright, so now let's come to the creation of the Dasamsa chart from the birth chart. Again, without still being a necessity for me to repeat this, I'll still go ahead and I'll still do it. This is the same birth chart that we had been using for all our classes, right? The same birth detail of 31st August 2024, 11:25 AM IST, place of birth being Delhi. We had manually created this horoscope. The entire information, what you can see right now in front of you, we had manually created this in our previous classes. Step by step, we have learned and we have created this successfully and accurately. So this birth chart right now is there in front of us. From this birth chart, let's create the Dasamsa chart. We'll start with the Lagna. The Lagna is the sign of Libra 7. 7 is an odd Rashi. If it is an odd Rashi, counting shall start from the same Rashi. The longitude of ascendant is 24 degree 19 minutes. So 24 degree 19 minutes is falling in the 9th Dasamsa. So from here you count 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we arrive at 3. So the Lagnesh, the ascendant lord for the Dasamsa chart, the D10 chart, will be the sign of Gemini. So now you can name the lordship of the other houses accordingly. All right. So now the Lagna of the the D10 chart is now complete. We'll proceed to Saturn. Saturn is again in the odd Rashi. Odd Rashi means counting will start from the same Rashi, from the same house. So counting will start from here. The longitude of Saturn is 22 degree and 26 minutes. 22 degree 26 minutes is falling in the 8th Dasamsa. So from here you count 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Saturn will go in the sign of Virgo. Saturn goes in the sign of Virgo in the D10 Dasamsa chart. Now, Rahu is in the sign of Pisces 12. It is an even Rashi. So if it is an even Rashi, counting will happen ninth house from that particular planet or from that particular Rashi. So calculate, count 9 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the counting will start from here. And what will be the counting? That will depend on the longitude of Rahu. So the longitude of Rahu is 12 degree and 41 minutes. 12 degree 41 minutes is falling in the 5th Dasamsa. So from here you count 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Rahu will remain in the sign of Pisces in the Dasamsa chart. Alright. Okay. Now let's come to Jupiter. Jupiter is also in an even Rashi. Jupiter is also placed in the sign, it's not also, it's placed in the sign of Taurus, which is also an even Rashi, like similar to the one we had seen for Rahu. So for if it is, sorry, even Rashi, right? So similar to the one that we had seen for Rahu, that's what I wanted to say. So as it is an even Rashi, counting will happen 9th house from this particular house. So 9th from here, let's count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the counting will start from here. The longitude of Jupiter is 24 degree 44 minutes. 24 degree 44 minutes is falling in the 9th Dasamsa. So from here you count 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Jupiter will go in the sign of Virgo in the D10 chart. Right? So we are mathematically absolutely correct. Now let's come to the sign of Mars. So Mars is in the sign of Gemini. Gemini is an odd Rashi. So if it is an odd Rashi, so counting will start from the same sign, from the same house. Okay. The longitude of Mars is 3 degree 00 minute. 3 degree 00 minute. And now it is 3 degree 00 minute. Okay. So now let's look at what was the longitude of Mars when we had considered it till seconds. I just want to revisit my notes and find out, because we need to understand that, because 3 degrees at the borderline. Okay. So we need to understand that whether it has crossed 3 degrees or whether it is approaching 3 degrees. Like, so Mars is 3 degrees 00 minute and 15 seconds. So it has crossed 3 degrees. All right. Remember this, 3 degrees, even though if it is 3 degree, but it is 3 degrees 00 minute and 15 seconds. So that means it will fall in the 2nd Dasamsa. It is not 3 degrees 00 minute 00 second. It is 3 degrees 00 minute 15 seconds. So it has crossed the 1st and entered the 2nd Dasamsa. So from here, calculate 2, 1, 2. So Mars will come in the sign of Cancer in the Dasamsa D10 chart, right? This is what you can see. Now let's come to, so Moon and Mercury both are, in the sign of Cancer. So that means the counting for both Moon and Mercury will be 9th from here. So 9th from here is this one. Calculate 9 from here, count 9 from here, from the sign of Cancer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So counting will start from here for both Moon and Mercury. The longitude of Moon is 12 degree and 24 minutes. 12 degree 24 minutes is falling in the 5th Dasamsa. From here count 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Moon remains in the sign of Cancer. Okay, in the Dasamsa chart. The longitude of Mercury is 27 degree and 37 minutes. 27 degree 37 minutes is falling in the 10th Dasamsa. So from here you count 10 for Mercury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Mercury comes in the sign of Sagittarius, right? In the D10 Dasamsa chart. I'm so sorry. Okay, so the Mercury is also now correctly calculated and placed, that is in the Dasamsa chart. Now let's look at Sun. Sun is in the sign of Leo. So Leo is an odd Rashi. So the counting will start from here only, will start from the same house, from the same Rashi. The longitude of sun is 14 degrees 07 minutes. 14 degrees 07 minutes is falling in the 5th Dasamsa. So from here you count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So sun comes in the sign of Sagittarius in the Dasamsa chart. So sun is also properly placed in the sign of Sagittarius in the Dasamsa chart. Now let's look at Venus and Ketu. Both Venus and Ketu are in an even Rashi, even sign, that is Virgo. So counting will start 9th from here, 9th from this particular house. So let's count 9th from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the counting will start from Taurus. Okay, so the longitude of Venus is 7 degree and 53 minutes. 7 degree 53 minutes is falling in the 3rd Dasamsa. So from here count 3 for Venus. 1, 2, 3. So Venus will come in the sign of Cancer in the D10 Dasamsa chart. Now let's understand for Ketu. Ketu is 12 degree 41 minutes. 12 degree 41 minutes is falling in the 5th Dasamsa. So from here you just count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Ketu remains in the sign of Virgo, right, in the D10 chart. So thus we have successfully, accurately, correctly calculated and therefore created our D10 chart, the Dasamsa chart, from the birth chart. So now I have covered all the essential Varga charts, the manual creation of the Varga charts in all of my latest classes of learning Vedic astrology. All right, all of these videos will always be there in my YouTube channel. Please access it, watch it again and again if you really want to learn, if you really want to be effective, efficient, absolutely proficient in your prognosis. That is horoscope analysis and horoscope interpretations. You have to do all of these mathematical calculations on your own. Then only the charts, then only the values by the help of which you will do the calculations, by the help of which you will do the analysis will be correct, because the values which you have calculated, the charts which you have manually created, those are absolutely correct. That is what is the beauty of learning mathematical astrology. It is the Ganit. Your Ganit is what? Ganit is mathematics. Your mathematics should be absolutely clear, should be absolutely crystal clear, concept wise. Then depends on your practice. The more you practice, the more you are putting your hard work and efforts into practicing all of these calculations again and again, then your calculations will be definitely errorless, will be error free, completely error free. Because if you do mathematical mistakes, if you do mathematical errors, then definitely the whatever you're trying to create, whether it is the birth chart or whether it is the Varga charts, if it is a simple ascendant rising, the longitude of ascendant, it will be a mistake. You will get inaccurate result. So your mathematically, it needs to be correct. Your mathematical calculations needs to be error free. And for that, you need to practice it again and again. Alright, so watch my videos. I strongly suggest to each and every one, watch all of my Vedic astrology classes videos again and again, till you're absolutely clear, absolutely confident with that particular topic. Okay, so that's it. That was all about today's class. I have completed today's class also in detail. All right, I'm teaching you Vedic astrology, the essentials of Vedic astrology, and I'm teaching you in detail. I'm putting that much amount of hard work, that much amount of effort into creating all of these videos, so that The astrologers who are getting created, those are getting created correctly with the correct knowledge, with the correct informed awareness. They are getting created. Then it depends on your hard work, on your curiosity, on your enthusiastic mind, how much more knowledge you are willing to gain, how much more knowledge you are willing to achieve. It all depends on your hard work and on your efforts. All right, I'm putting mine. Okay, and my only objective is whatever I had discussed. So thank you so much. Please like, share and comment in my videos. Share this so that it reaches more and more people. That is where, the usefulness will lie. If the reach of my videos is increasing, then only people will be getting the benefit from my YouTube channel. All right, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will feel so happy about it. I will feel so happy. Thank you so much. Have a very nice day. Take care.